Well, we're here today to do something that's meant to go with ramen. So I have made a healthy ramen recipe, but I have a component to that I want to show you how to make. So this is going to be a separate video, and we're going to use our farm fresh eggs. We have lovely chickens and a rooster in the back, so they're actually fertile eggs. And Rachel actually gathered these for me this evening. So these are going to be a soft boiled egg that we're going to marinate, and we're going to make a ramen egg, which is very popular in Korea from what I'm following. So anyway, this is going to be my take on it. I'm not going to make it super spicy, and I love ginger. We all love ginger in this house. So we're going to add ginger. I guess I've seen several recipes, so this is going to be my version of it. So we're going to jump right in and get started. So at the end, you're going to see the beautifulness of it. This one, when we finish these, they have to marinate for at least 12 hours, 24 preferably. When they're done marinating, it's a soft-boiled egg that is marinated in lots of goodness. But when they're done, you can serve them over rice, like a sticky rice, or you can serve them over ramen. We're going to do both. So when we finish this video, you'll see it with it over rice. But we do have another video, and we'll put that link underneath the video below, where you can check out how we make a healthy, gluten-free ramen made with bone broth. All right, we're going to jump in. So this is so simple, but there's some very particular steps. So I'm just using my cute cooktop right here and getting it going. So we're going to put in enough water that would cover my 6 eggs. So we're going to do 6 because I have a pretty good sized teenager that will totally wear these eggs out. All right, so that's all we'll need. Almost a half gallon, not quite. And we're just going to bring this to a boil. What we are going to add, just to help with the process, and again, the steps are important. They're so simple that you might want to skip 1 or 2. So we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of whatever vinegar you have in your house. And all of that is just going to help with making a perfect soft-boiled egg that we're going to marinate. So of course you can take all these steps just to make a lovely soft-boiled egg. So we are not putting our eggs in first for a reason, because we want this to be an excellently soft-boiled egg. So this is just going to come to the boil, and this little cooktop, we bought this to take with us camping. We went camping at the beach this summer, and just to add as an extra component to our campsite. But it works great just to be right here cooking. So this is going to come to a boil. I'm going to talk a little bit about what else we're going to do. So the rest of this right here is just what's going to go in the marinade, along with some soy sauce, some organic sugar. So when this comes to a boil, we're going to gently lower all of our eggs in. We're going to boil them for 1 minute, and I'm going to keep them moving because we want that beautiful glowing yolk to stay right in the center of the egg. So by spinning them that first minute, we'll have that effect. Now the vinegar actually keeps the yolk from turning a little green. I learned that a long time ago. So anyway, we're just going to let this come to a boil, and we'll lower our eggs into it. All right, well, we are at a rapid boil, and I failed to mention this up front, but you want room temperature eggs. Our eggs were just collected outside, so they are about as fresh as you can get. Aren't they pretty? That's a copper marin. We just have a variety of birds, but that one's my favorite right there. All right, so we are going to gently lower these into the water, and we are starting with cold water, bringing it to a boil. We added our salt and our vinegar. Now we're going to lower these in gently, and we're going to start them spinning. And we're going to keep them spinning for the first full minute. And the reason we're spinning them, I mentioned just a second ago, is that we want our yolk right in the center of our egg. Now I guess if you're just doing a soft-boiled egg, maybe that's not a big deal, but when you're making a ramen egg, you want, all right, now we're starting our 1 minute timer, and we're going to keep stirring them, gently of course, and spinning them. Yeah. Happy. So after that minute, I'm going to lower that temp just a little. So we just want a steady boil. We don't want a hard boil. We don't want to crack our eggs. And that 1 minute is disappearing really quickly. And this is important. If you're not going for perfect or pretty, you know, you could just do your 6-minute egg and don't worry about it. But these are going to be boiled gently for right at 6 minutes. So our 1 minute is just about done. We use these timers for homeschool, so no, we did not buy these for this, but they're great. And when our minute is up, we're gonna just let it keep on going. Actually, I'm gonna have one too. I'm looking forward to having this recipe. So this is actually a new recipe for me. So I tweaked it a bit because we love ginger. Okay, the 1 minute's up. And now I can quit spinning and finish out the 5 minutes. So we're just gonna let that boil, making sure it's not too hard of a boil. And of course we have our water bath. And the reason that we're gonna use our water bath in about 3.5 minutes. Okay, our timer is just about up. Maybe about 30 more seconds for our 6-minute egg, and then we're going to just gently lower them into our nice cold water bath and shock it, and then we're going to peel them. And then the next thing I'm going to do is chop up our marinade, get it all together, and we're going to submerge our peeled eggs into that. So hopefully all the eggs cooperated. So sometimes when they're really fresh, they don't always peel perfectly, so we're hoping for the best. So we're almost there. And we're going to cool these babies down. Five minutes are up, which is a total of 6 minutes. I'm going to turn this off, and we're going to plunge these babies into some nice cold water. I had one that cracked right from the beginning. I think I lowered it a little bit too roughly, and it cracked. And these are getting a nice good shock. So happy the copper marin one didn't get messed up. And the speckled one is so cute too. Isn't that goofy? I know. All right, and then the last one is going to Sarah Bear, our Great Pyrenees. So we'll just tuck that over here for me to handle later. So we are done with this. This is going to just get nice and cold. Might even add a little bit more ice to it and just let it chill. And then once they're fully chilled, I'll peel them. And that will actually help with the peeling. The colder they get, they're already feeling a little bit cool. So we'll be right back and we'll peel them. So I've already gotten started peeling the eggs. And you want to just take little pieces. Don't get carried away because you want these eggs to be pretty. Presentation is a lot. And I mean, you know, worst comes to worst, you just turn it into egg salad, right? But our Pyrenees thoroughly enjoyed her egg, and she thanked me for cracking it. All right, so this one's done. I'm gonna plunge this right back in to the cold water. All right, well, perfectly soft-boiled eggs. I'm gonna put them in here in a moment, but for right now, we're gonna make our marinade. So I think it's pretty simple. So we're just gonna jump right on in. Anything Asian or Korean, you gotta have garlic. So I'm gonna throw them in here and just give them a little smash. We're just trying to release the goodness. Alright, nice crushed garlic. I know it's kind of loud. Oh, it smells great in here. Put that down. Scrape that right into our bowl. So that was actually 5, but they were small. All right, so we're done with that. So the next thing we're gonna throw in, I'm gonna go ahead and add our water in. We're going to do 4 ounces of water. All right, then we're going to do, and 4 ounces is just a half cup. Then we're going to do 4 ounces of soy sauce. Now, I'm doing this as healthy as I can, so all my ingredients are organic, or they're right from the backyard. So Wow, that smells good. And this is just a 4-ounce mason jar, so I use them all the time to measure with. All right, 4 ounces of that. And then you can do 4 ounces of honey. I'm doing 4 ounces of organic sugar. At least I'm gonna try, right? There we go. There we go. Now that was like super easy, wasn't it? So we've got garlic in there. We've got soy sauce in there. We've got water in there. Now we're gonna add all these lovely flavors. So we've got green onions. Let's move that out of our way. Now you can put red chili peppers in if you want it super spicy. If you're not going for super spicy, then I would suggest, let's move that over a little bit so you can see me prepping. Then I would suggest you just do the jalapeno, because that's kind of a mild, wimpy hot. And you're slicing these pretty thin. Let me get our rhythm on here, and I'm just going to chop this in half. We are putting the greens in there too, and it's just going to make for a wonderful marinade. Now the bowl that you see where I'm putting our marinade in, it's pretty small and tight. I'm hoping all 5 of those eggs will fit in there. If they don't, we may just do 4. But you need your eggs submerged. And then you're gonna put a piece of plastic wrap over the top. Let me pay attention to what I'm doing out here. We don't need anything other than onion in this lovely marinade. I'm so excited about this. My son has been talking about, he has a really good friend named Chris, and it's my eldest son at home. My eldest is 31, and I just had their first baby, Rebecca and Christopher, and her name is Ella Joy. So anyway, there's our onions in there. But Daniel loves Korean food. He loves Koreans. He loves Asians. We love Asians. But Chris is our adopted son, Chris Lee. And anyway, so this is just something to kind of just bless him. Okay, so the jalapeno, if you want this super wimpy, you can take the seeds out. We're not going to do that because we're not going to eat the seeds. They're just going to be in there to marinate with all those eggs and make them delicious. Now, obviously, you do not want to rub your eye after doing all this. All right, and then we are putting 2 in. Now, if you want to go with some heat, then again, you can do a red chili. I would suggest only 1. And all of my children love spicy. My husband does not. My youngest, who's 7, Mary, she likes it kind of. So she's kind of a wimpy spicy, kind of like me. All right, now that is looking really delish, like yum. Okay, so now this is my little tip for doing doing ginger. Let's move this out of the way. Let's see, oh, there's my spoon. Actually, we call this the pop-up spoon in my house because it's silver and it was my grandfather's. Now we're not going to put a lot in here, so I'm just going to do a good knob. This will be for tomorrow, so I'll save that for tomorrow. So all we're doing is we're going to scrape. I don't know if you can see that. Rachel might be able to get a close-up for me. But we're just scraping the skin off. And that is the easiest way to peel ginger and not lose all of your ginger. And we are ginger machines in this house. So, I don't know if you can see that, but, and all those little scraps, every scrap we have goes to our chickens. So, let's see, we're just about there. And then what I'm going to do, you could just chop this really fine and take the next 10 minutes to do that. I personally do not. I will cut and coarse cut ginger. But as far as, and I probably won't use that knob right there, so I won't go into all length and get the skin off of that. And you're not eating this, so we almost could leave the skin on there. All right, so this is a coarse microplane. And as you can see, we're going a lot faster. If I had done it with the fine, it would have still been a while, because ginger is like pretty stubborn. So as you can see, isn't that beautiful? And if you could smell that, my goodness. There we go. We're going to get the last little bit of that in there. And this is going to be a lovely bath for our gorgeous soft-boiled eggs. ramen eggs, here we come. All right, let's put this down. Give this a good stir. And now we are going to plunge our eggs into happiness. I don't know if Rachel can get a little close up there. We'll get you to do that. And we're just putting them all the way down. We want them covered and submerged, and then we will take some plastic wrap. Yep, I think this bowl is going to be perfect because they're floating literally. So I'm going to just get some plastic wrap out of our drawer right here. And the plastic wrap is going to literally go down. You see that, Rach? Move my big old mess over here. So we are going to have this plastic wrap in touch with everything to kind of help your eggs. And I mean, obviously the very top two are going to be the ones that will not be picture perfect, but they're still going to taste amazing. But we're going to do our very best to force them to go down. And I've got a weight that I will probably put on there also. That's not necessary. Alrighty. I don't know if you can see that. You want to do a close-up from there, Rach? Marinated ramen eggs, ready to go in the fridge. So they will go in the fridge until tomorrow, up to 24 hours. I've seen recipes do 12. We're going to aim for 24. They're going to be delicious and they're going to taste wonderful. And we're going to add them to some rice tomorrow. And we'll also, in another video, we'll be adding them to some ramen. Thanks for coming by. All right, so I used a couple of my little tiny mason jars as a weight because those two little eggs kept wanting to peek up. But that is nice and tight. It's going in the fridge. All right, so we're just steaming off a little bit of rice to go with our ramen egg. So just a little bit of salt, clean water, soak some organic quick white rice, jasmine rice, and we will be on our way as soon as that's all steamy and ready. So, but for today and for this video, we are just getting some rice in the bowl. No, it's not sticky rice. I know it's proper to do sticky rice. I don't have sticky rice today because my 18-year-old wears it out. So this is just some organic jasmine rice that we've got nice and yummy and steamy, seasoned with just a little bit of salt and pepper because everything we're gonna put on it is gonna be delish. So we're not gonna need any more flavoring besides that. Okay, so we got our steamy rice ready. When I made our marinade with our ramen eggs, we're gonna do the reveal. Isn't this gorgeous? But before the eggs got put in, I snatched out just a little bit of the marinade because it already tasted divine. I know it's gonna make these eggs great, but I'm just gonna use that to put on top of our steamy rice. So everything's gonna taste very similar to all the goodness that's in our egg. And there's jalapenos in there, so if you have somebody who cannot handle even the weight, the heat of jalapenos, then this may not be the thing to do. But if you like somebody who loves heat, we've got a little bit of chili oil. You can just drizzle that on top of your rice. Daniel's gonna be the one to eat this after the video's over. I will take a taste. But that looks gorgeous right there. So now we're just going to put a little bit of sesame seeds because I love sesame seeds. Just a few black sesame seeds, maybe a little bit more. Right on top, delish. So now the big reveal, here are the gorgeous beautifulness ramen eggs. And I mean, how could they not be gorgeous? I mean, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So we're gonna get one out and serve it on top of our steaming sticky rice. Well, not really sticky rice this time, sorry about that. So we'll get one out to do that. And I'm gonna put this down here. And you need a really sharp knife for this. And these have been, I don't know if I mentioned that as soon as we started, these have been in the fridge for 24 hours. And these are lovely eggs that came from our chickens. So we are going to, with a very sharp knife, give that a cut. Let's see, I should move that. So, and we're just gonna put it right on top. So we're just cutting that right down the middle. And they are just beautiful. Soft boiled eggs, soft boiled ramen eggs. And we're just gonna set them right on top. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so I got some chives from the garden. We're gonna just chop a few of those just to sprinkle on top because we eat with our eyes first, right? So this is a totally healthy rice bowl with a ramen egg on top. There we go. Delish. Okay, so we have a soft boiled Korean marinated ramen egg. Isn't that pretty? Seriously, y'all, we are about to have a feast. Here we go. We've got to give this a taste. Now, I haven't already admitted this publicly, but I am not fantastic with chopsticks. I'm decent with them. My 18-year-old, who was going to be my taster, oh, we do need to put a little dab of this. Not on the ramen eggs, they don't need it. And we're going to give this a taste. So, oh my goodness. Gosh, okay. And the ramen egg, come on, without bone broth on top. I don't know, I just might keep eating, y'all. We want to make this. Okay, I'm getting the spoon so I can get serious, okay? I'm getting the marinade. You must make these. Okay, I'm eating the other egg. So, please, if you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Please share our videos, help our channel grow, and definitely hit subscribe and hit the notification bell because you do not want to miss the content that's coming out of this kitchen. So, if you want healthy, holistic, yummy goodness, come on over here. Right out of the garden, right out of the backyard with the chickens, and going into my mouth. And Daniel, you missed out, buddy. You should have been here. These are awesome. The end.
Can I taste? I want to taste. I don't want that all the eggs in.
In my mouth.
I mean, I don't want the eggs. I want to taste my
Oh, this is divine. Here, let me put a little more of the marinade on top. They say the first 24 hours you can use the marinade. If you let the eggs sit in there, you can't. Right? Woo! Rachel, the egg was so good. Hallelujah! All right, are both cameras off?
Oh, I forgot to turn this one off.
That's okay. It got me singing hallelujah.